An elementary school classroom in a slum. Poem 2, Book Flamingo. This poem is written by Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender took keen interest in politics and also he was a great socialist. In this poem, he has written mainly about social injustice and class inequalities. Through the example of the slum children who studies in elementary school, he attacks those who are exploiting the society, especially the weaker sections of the society. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head. Now, the poet Stephen Spender, he describes the very miserable, very, very pathetic condition of these slum children who are studying in elementary school. These children's faces are very unusual, very different from the normal faces of the children who study in other schools. They are far, 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 far from gusty waves. Their faces are far away from the beautiful sights of nature. Their faces are not strong, their faces are not beautiful. They are far away, their faces are far away. Like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor. They look very, very weak, they look very, very hungry. And they are unkempt, they are untidy hair. जो उनके बाल हैं बिल्कुल untidy हैं. They looks like rootless weeds. Weeds are unwanted plants. जैसे unwanted plants हैं वो पड़े रहते हैं जैसे भी, तो उनके बाल बिल्कुल rootless weeds की तरह से हैं जो कि उनके पैलर पर, पैलर मीन्स उनके pale faces पर पड़े रहते हैं. So these children are very different from other normal school children. Other normal school children, they have good faces, they have energetic faces, they are full of life. But these children, they seem to be very, very lifeless. They seem to be withered away. बुझे हुए लगते हैं, बिल्कुल टूटे हुए लगते हैं. The children of the slum are also unwanted in society. Nobody wants them. Just like weeds. See, the poet has brought out a very beautiful simile. Now, second line is an example of simile. Please note down. Their faces, their hair, they look like rootless weeds. This is a simile. And first line is an example of alliteration. Far from, far, far from. Or far sound is repeated in this first line. So first line is alliteration and the second line is an example of simile. The tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eye. The stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of squirrels' game, the tree room other than this. Now, the girl, tall girl with her weighed down head. There is another girl in the class, she's a tall girl. In the class, she's very sad, she's very depressed. She keeps her head down, her weighed down head. She keeps her head down because she's very, very sad. She is burdened by the sad thoughts. The paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. Then there is another student, another boy in the class whose situation is also not good. He is very, very weak. He is as thin as a paper. This is another example of simile. He is compared to the paper. He is as thin as a paper. Undoubtedly, he is thin because of malnutrition. He has big eyes like those of a rat. The stunted growth is due to the malnutrition. He has got big eyes like those of a rat. Then the stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease. There is another boy in the classroom who is unlucky heir of twisted bones, who has inherited his father's disease, gnarled disease, that is arthritis. उसने अपने पापा से वो एक बीमारी को inherit किया है. He has twisted bones because of this arthritis. He has stunted growth. उसकी growth ही नहीं होती, उसकी growth वहीं रुक चुकी है. उसकी bones twist हो चुकी हैं. Reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk. And he's reciting, he's learning his lesson from his desk. Right. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. And at the back of the class, there is another sweet boy. Sweet and young, very young boy, very sweet boy, sitting at the back of the class, unnoted. Nobody notices him. His eyes lives in a dream. He's sitting there unnoticed and dreaming of squirrel's game which is going on in the tree. His eyes lives in a dream. He dreams of the squirrel's game. वो लगातार बाहर देख रहा है विंडो से squirrels का गेम जो ट्री पे चल रहा है. The dull and monotonous atmosphere in the classroom is perhaps not good for him. He doesn't find any interest in the classroom. Other than this means he is not attracted towards his own classroom, but is attracted by the squirrel's game which is going on in the class. So here we see in this stanza that the poet has given the description of 3-4 children in the class. There is one boy. Mostly the students, they have rootless faces. They are like weeds, unwanted से उनके बाल हैं, पीले उनके चेहरे हो रहे हैं. There is girl whose head is down, and there is another boy who is very thin as a paper. Another boy who has got twisted bones. Another boy who is not at all present in the class, though he is physically sitting in the classroom.